Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about something I talked to over with my friend the other day. I've known her since we were both 10 years old. I'm 53. We're both 53. Yeah, and she lives in my old hometown, and I don't. Okay, it's about 7.5 hours, both places in Texas, away from one another, and it's a small city. I live in a big city suburb. So it's a large town, small city there. Now, she really has never moved out of that area ever in her life, and so she would be a person who would know what goes on around there and everything. But one of the reasons, I didn't call her, we texted. One of the reasons, because I was homesick. And I haven't been thinking about her, so it's not all that selfish. So it just made it seem, but I was trying to make it short. Okay, anyways, she usually does. She went on and on about how bad it's gotten there, and how she calls them drug heads, and a lot of drug heads and thieves and, rude people. That's how she sums it up. And now me, I always have thought, every time I've gone back there, I would go back and I would stay for a while. Usually, sometimes, at least a week, or sometimes a few months, actually. And I haven't been back there in about 3 years. But, yeah. Okay, that was one really long light there. I actually paused a little bit. The two really long lights here. Anyway, so she was texting, and she was going all about a situation where she actually saw some guy rob a house. She was actually watching. She called the police and everything, of course, and police came out, and basically the guy got arrested, but he got bailed out and she saw him sometime later and called the police, and they didn't even come out to get him, and all this kind of stuff, and she talked about stuff like that. Just in that every day that there's something in the newspaper about somebody's house being, somebody stealing something from somebody's house. Okay. Just as I mentioned in one of my videos, at least one, I have lived in extremes, places where it's an extreme. There, it's an extreme in one way. Here, it's an extreme in another. Okay? But basically, what it comes down to, when it really comes down to it, it's narcissism, sociopathy, the cluster B kind of things. And, yeah, it really does. And I've not just lived in these two places. I have moved around a lot in my life. In fact, my dad used to call us gypsies, Adam and I, because we moved around a lot. I mean, a lot. And not just this one state, several states. So I'm not, just someone who's only seen what's in front of me, what's here, right here in Texas. No. Okay, I had to turn it off there because I hit a school zone. It's the only place you can't use your cell phone is in a school zone around here. Okay, while driving, of course. Anyway, where was I? But anyway, my friend, she went all off about how bad it is there. And the thing about it is, now she hasn't lived in other places. She's lived in that town, very little outside of it, like 10 miles, for a very short while. And but she would know what it is there. Now, I'm not going to say she's wrong about it, how it is there. Of course, she lives there. I don't, and she's lived there for most of 53 years, and I haven't. And I've lived here more. But here, I don't think she'd be able to handle it here. That's what I need to get to. I don't think she would be able to handle how bad it is. Not the same kind of way, not the thieves and the drug heads and stuff like that, no. But the narcissism is what would be here. Now, this area right here where I am, it's not a good one. It's not a good part of this place. But no, she wouldn't be able to handle, I don't think, the way people are, that they are most important, and along that line. Anyway, so I, called her on the phone and all that, and I was feeling homesick. Well, I didn't feel quite so homesick after talking to her on the phone. I mean, texting. You know somebody for 43 years of your life, your best friends that long. you kind of hear them, even though it's texting. You know what I'm saying? Don't think of that as anything odd, but you know what I mean. You can hear their voice in the words. Anyway, I was no longer homesick. Then the very next day, I'll go to the store, and I did a video on what happened with the rude, I guess, manager or assistant manager, whatever it was. And I said, yeah, I really do miss small town, towns or small cities instead of a big city suburb. So, anyway, I just thought I'd throw this in there. I'm going to go in the store, that 99 cent only store, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.